Hey there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. Hey folks, today we're going to do a tire rotation, okay, on this Nissan Altima, and we'll talk about doing tire rotations on several different types of vehicles. But let's go ahead and get started on this one. I've got the vehicle already properly off of the ground, sitting on jack stands. I'm going to use my 1/2-inch drive impact wrench, and we're going to pull all of the wheels off. Okay friends, now we've already got all the lug nuts off of the vehicle. I want to talk about how to rotate the tires, because there's a couple different tires depending on what kind of vehicle you have. And hopefully my little diagram here will explain it to you. Now back in the old days, when I first got in this business, we were always taught that you always rotated tires from front to rear no matter what. If you crossed a tire, what we were told back then, was if you crossed a radial tire, you would actually cause a tire separation in the tire and it would make it fail. That's no longer true these days. Tire technology has come a long way and has been for quite some time. So there's actually a couple different choices here depending on what kind of car you have. Now if you have a front wheel drive car like we have today, this being the front of the car, I'll just put an arrow here. We got front wheel drive, so we're going to move the driving tires straight to the back, okay, on both sides. And we're going to take the rear tires on the car and we're going to cross them to the front. Now what that's going to help do is to help eliminate any irregular tire wear patterns and prevent cupping, keep cupping down to a minimum. Okay, so this is what we'll actually do on this car today. Now if you had a rear wheel drive car, like a truck or something, where the axle is back here, this being the front of the vehicle, okay, you would actually move them to the front and you would take the front tires and cross them to the back. And once again, that would be to prevent irregular tire wear patterns. You'll get a little bit better job out of your tire rotation to keep your tires having tread as long as possible. Now let's move on down to the final one. If you have an all-wheel drive vehicle or a four-wheel drive, you can X the tires, okay? That's usually the best thing to do with a four-wheel drive. I remember back when I was working at Infinity, we noticed that the QX4s were getting cupping problems on vehicles with less than 10,000 miles. So during our scheduled service, we would actually go ahead and cross-rotate the tires on all of those, and it helped the customer's tires live a little bit longer. And so friends, that's basically it. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and move these tires. We're going to use the front wheel drive pattern, and let's get it done. All right, friends, we're here on the left front. We're going to go ahead and take this left front tire, roll it back here to the back. It's going to end up going on the left rear. We'll take our left rear tire and we will roll it around to the right front. We'll sit it right here for a moment. Now we'll take our right front tire and we'll move it straight back here. We'll find something here to lean it on. We'll grab our right rear tire and we're going to move it around to the left front. Okay folks, we're going to go ahead and put all these tires back on the car one by one. And we'll start here with the left front. And we will start all of the lug nuts by hand. And then we'll show you how to properly torque them down. Okay friends, what I'm going to use to tighten this back up with is our impact wrench along with a torque stick. Now this torque stick here is rated not to torque anything over 80 foot-pounds, okay? So we'll go ahead and stick our socket in place. We'll stick this on our impact wrench. We'll go down here on the car and we will tighten these down. Okay, so we're going to go around to each tire and zip them down that way, and then we'll lower this thing down and we'll use the torque wrench to put the final torque on this car. Okay friends, one final thing to do is we're going to take our torque wrench and we're going to go around and check the lug nuts on all four of these tires. The spec on this particular car is 80 foot-pounds. So we're going to go ahead and go around with a clip type torque wrench and check all of them. We'll go in a star pattern. Go around and check it one more time. And then we'll move on to the next wheel. Okay friends, I hope you enjoyed our little video on how to do a tire rotation. Hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend about us, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care.